I decided to look around the Microsoft App Store to see if I could find anything useful to try. I was feeling like I wanted to draw, so I decided to look for something in the art department of applications. Then I found an application that caught my eye called FreshPaint. So what is FreshPaint? FreshPaint, and I know I'm saying that a lot, is a Windows 8 based application that allows people to use their computers as a canvas board. So in other words, you can use your computer to draw, paint, or even just come up with new ideas that you want to put down on paper. So let's dive right into this artistic application and see what it has to offer. One of the things you might notice right off the bat is the textured paper for the work area. You have a variety of textures you can choose from, including a plain white background. This is a unique touch because even professional art-based applications like Corel Painter have an option to be using texture-based paper to give your painting a more realistic feel. As for the tools, they are pretty standard. You had the brushes, markers, crayons, pencils, and watercolor brushes. Let's start with the pencils, seeing as most pieces begin with a sketch. I wasn't too disappointed with the pencil tool in this application actually. It felt like a real pencil, and it worked like one too. Also, if you include a texture-based paper, it actually looks like pencil on paper. You do have the option for a shader pencil, which just increases the opacity when you go over the line over and over again, but I like to stick with the normal pencil for what I do. The brushes are a bit odd to me, but one of you might find them useful or interesting. Maybe because I am not used to painting with this application, but hey, it's still awesome. There are two types of paintbrushes in this application, watercolor and standard. I personally like the watercolor based brush because it allows for smoother looking paint and shading, but the standard brush is like dabbing the paintbrush into an actual paint and start painting on the board. So it's odd but useful. I forgot to mention you also have a smudging tool which helps with shading with a pencil. There was an option to edit photos or paint over top of them, but I didn't really care much for it. As biased as it may sound, the way I think of it, it's just editing a photo, which makes it look like a painted picture, gives you a false sense of success. But in a way, it's still good to learn from some concepts, as well as some editing techniques. This application is free to use and is worth a shot, so give FreshPaint a try and start creating.